Hello guys and girls and welcome back. It's your boy Big John and I'm here today to show you how I was able to give out successful signal trades using this strategy. I know you're going to love this one guys and girls, and I'm going to show you how I do it on TradingView and how I do it on MT4 using the Neo indicator. So let's not waste any time. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe and switch on those bell notifications. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so right now you can see I'm in my free Telegram group and this is where I give out all of my gold analysis every single week for people to have an understanding on what gold could actually possibly be doing and so that they can catch some type of trade setup. This week we actually managed to catch 150 pips on the buy trade setup. That did happen and I was there to give out the call out for that trade setup in this group, as you can see from the idea that I even posted here. Also, just to give another heads up, in my VIP group where I give out VIP trades, which is this group over here, so this week we was able to catch 1065 pips and that was with 4 winners and 1 loser. The only loser was Euro Ord this week, but it was a very good week for all of my signal trade callouts. And as you can see, this is my free Discord group and you are free to join this area if you do want to ask any questions. Maybe you're not too familiar with Telegram and this is what you actually prefer. Now we can also see here, this is the testimonials area and this is from people already making money from Neo the indicator, and it's only been released since last week. So I can only imagine what this is going to be like in the next 6 months or even year. It's absolutely fantastic and people are now starting to see how I was able to stay consistently profitable over a period of time simply trading with the Neo indicator and the strategies I teach you even on TradingView. Okay, so with all of that good stuff out of the way, let's get straight into the strategy. So I have been going over this time and time again and I have been explaining to people that you want to make sure you are trading using higher time frame analysis and then going down to a lower time frame to find an entry. One of the key time frames I've been teaching people about in the last maybe 3 months is paying attention to the daily time frame and paying attention to the 4-hour time frame. So what we're going to do is go through 3 of the winning trades that were part of the signals, and these were the best winning trades, and I'm going to break down why these trades were actually the best trade setups, just paying attention to these simple rules. So right now we can see on GBP CHF we were going for a sell trade setup this week, and the first thing we're going to pay attention to here was the daily break of structure. So right over here was a low that was formed on the daily time frame, and then we saw on the previous week before this week that price action actually broke down towards the downsides, creating a break of structure on the daily. So that's all we need to pay attention to on the daily time frame. Now when we come over to the 4-hour time frame over here, we were just waiting to see a 4-hour break of structure as well. But what actually happened before the week started, the market actually pulled all the way back up and it went into a 4-hour bullish structure direction, meaning that these 2 time frames were out of sync. So I had to wait for price action to actually come back down and break 4-hour bearish structure, which we do see over here with this candle that just broke through. So an important thing to know about all of these trade setups, and I'm going to link all of these indicators in the description below. So when a new trade setup can happen in a week, and these can be day trades or swing trades, we want to make sure that price action hasn't moved too much in one direction before we find our trade setup. So an example of this is us using the ADR tool, and all I do on the ADR tool is under ADR length parameter, I change this from 5 to 21, meaning that it's showing me an ADR value over a period of 21 days. Now the ADR basically gives you an idea on how much price can be moved in a day, and that basically goes down to like bankers and big players. They are capped at a certain amount. They can move price action within a day or within a week, and we're going to be paying attention to what they actually could do in a week. So based on the market maker method, which is Steve Morano, the market maker method, it is said as a concept that price action will only move 3 ADR in one direction during the week, and then if it does do that, there is a possibility that price action will pull back. So right over here we can see that this pair does about 70 pips on average a day, and we can see that from our actual entry and from the start of the week of the market, which is from here to here, we can see that price action has only moved 70 pips. So that means that this pair, if it's going to do 3 times its ADR, it can move about 210 pips in one direction. So from here to here we was only looking for about another 140 pips with price action, meaning that it can go another 2 times ADR in a sell direction. And what do we see here? So straight away over here we can see price action did about 152 pips. So this is what will increase the chances of these types of trade setups being a lot better for you and making sure that you're actually hitting some type of target TP or pips that you can receive in the week. Now that I've explained all of that, this is where Neo actually does help me with this, and I will be showing you Neo on a chart as well. So you can see over in this area I've got something called a turncoat support, and basically a turncoat is when an old support becomes a new resistance and a old resistance becomes a new support. So right now we can see this was an old support area, as as you can see, price action reacted here, and then it became a new resistance area for a continuation of a sell after our 4-hour bearish break of structure. And this trade actually hit TP, and it was very simple for us to be able to understand how we're going to take this trade. So we had a short entry from around here, our stop loss was just above this box here, and then our take profit was down here, giving us about a 1 to 4 RR trade setup, which was absolutely perfect. Okay, so this is CAD JPY, and we had the same thing happening here, and this was actually a live trade that I did show you whilst I was recording my Zoom call in my last YouTube video. You can literally go and watch that video, and I took that as a live trade. People saw I was in the trade before price action actually continued to do this buy, and I explained exactly why using Neo strategy 2 how it could do this buy. Straight away already on the daily time frame we have a break of structure here, and then on the 4-hour time frame we also have a 4-hour break of structure right at this level here. So price action never went bearish before giving us our turncoat support, meaning price action turned an old resistance into a new support and was looking for a continuation of a buy trade setup. And I took my entry literally based on this area over here for the buy trade setup right here, and then there was a continuation towards this area here. Now why was I looking at this area? Well, on GBP CHF I never actually covered it, but what we're actually looking for is liquidity areas that haven't been breached before, so they haven't been touched, and this is where we're looking for price action to possibly grab liquidity, and we'll use that as a target area for our take profit. But it was the same thing as before. Entry was just at the top of that box, stop loss below, and then of course we were looking for our target up here, which was a 1 to 3 trade. So I'm always looking for at least a 1 to 3 trade, but if I can get anything more, that's absolutely beautiful. Okay, and now this is US 30. So yes, the strategy works on indices and it works on metals as well. So we can see over here straight away we had a daily break of structure, and this was also a 4-hour break of structure at this level as well. Again, as I explained before, this became a turncoat area on Neo, which was a old resistance that became a new support, and then we were just looking for a buy trade setup. So if we zoom in, by Tuesday here, price action actually broke through on the Monday, then pulled back into the area on the Tuesday. I was telling traders to get your entry in from down here, so it was even before the top of this box, and again our stop loss below this area. We was targeting the liquidity that was left behind from this wick over here, and you can obviously see price action smash that area with flying colors in one day with the news event in the New York session. This trade actually turned out to be an 812 pip trade, so it was absolutely amazing. Okay, so now this is Neo, the indicator expert advisor, and for you to understand this strategy, the two variations of it, you can easily just go into my Discord, which is over here, and right over here in this section over here, you can see I've got all of the settings manuals for Neo, so you can understand how everything works, and here I've got all of the strategies. So we're going to be paying attention to strategy 2 version 2, and that is exactly when a old resistance becomes a new support, or a old support becomes a new resistance. So last week there was the breakthrough of this turncoat area, which became a verified area. Again, we can see with the Neo squares, this shows us when break of structures happen in the market. It is a scanning EA, so of course as price action is moving, it would scan and show you there's a break of structure here. We can see that price action broke this level, and this would have become a bullish structure. So we're not looking to take a trade setup off of this level, even though it did sell down. We had to be a bit patient. So we waited for price action to break these lows here. Again, Neo showing you with the squares there, right here. And when that happened, we had a breakthrough. So we were looking to take our trade setup again, in theory, just right from this breakout, and then we was looking to put our stop loss above this area. Now the break of structure actually happened in this box, and it also turned to a turncoat at that time. So my entry was actually here in the box, and my stop loss was just above this area, and of course we caught the winning trade just like that. Very simple, guys and girls. It's not hard at all. I've made a full video based on this strategy, which is also in the description below, and again in my Discord you have full annotations on how to trade this setup. Okay, so when we go over to CAD JPY, this is the trade I was actually live in again on my YouTube video. So people always ask me about live trades. It was a live trade right over here that I took whilst everybody could watch. There was no hiding behind any closed doors. So we can see we had a break of structure at this area here. There was a square there. So this was printed in the video. You saw it as well. It was printed as a change of character, not even a break of structure, which is still great. And then what we actually did see is we saw price action going above this box. Then you could easily have just got in as soon as price action went above this box here, and you had your stop loss just below this level. And again, I was just targeting this area here. So some people will be telling me, if you're targeting this area over here, then there is no liquidity at this area. That's fine. All I did is go down to the 1 hour time frame, and right there I could see there was a liquidity here. So this is where my take profit was. Now why I did that is because it was Friday. I wasn't looking to hold this trade over the weekend, so I wanted to find the closest liquidity from my actual entry. And again, it was printed right over here with the Neo indicator expert advisor. stabilizer. So we already know that there was the break of structure on the daily and on the 4-hour chart. And then right over here is where we were starting to look for our entry for our buy trade setups on Tuesday. Again, our entry would have just been at the top of this box here or in between this area, because obviously price action pulled back. And then we were just looking for our stop loss below here, which is below the box. And then right now we were looking for a target liquidity. So if we zoom out, we can see the target liquidity was up here. Our entry was this gray line, and there you go. This was about a 319 pip trade setup. Very simple, guys and girls. It is not hard at all. So I do want every single person to understand, if you do want to get the Neo product at the moment, it is currently out. There is no longer a waiting list or a pre-order list. It is 100 GBP for lifetime access. There is currently 13 spaces left at that price, and you're also going to get VIP access to all of my signals and my Zoom calls as well for that price. You can see all of the services on the screen right now. And with all that being said, guys and girls, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. Come on, this is absolutely fantastic and people are already making money. Don't be one of those people that just think I'm selling a product or a service and you don't want to get involved just because it's not free information. Come on, let's be serious. We have to invest into ourselves. With all that being said, I'll see you later, guys and girls. Peace.
Started from the bottom like Drake. Got that young moolah, but I learned my mistakes. Climbing up the ladder, gotta watch out for the snakes. If you wanna be the boss, then you have to delegate.